Another Chevy Tailgate Saturday here on Sun Sports, the final Chevy Tailgate Saturday of the season in Tallahassee, where the Florida Gators hold off the Florida State Seminoles 21-14. This is the Geico Gators Seminole post-game live from Doak Campbell Stadium.
Chris, to be a Gator quarterback that's won 3 times, 3-1 against Florida State, how good does that feel?
It's a great feeling. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to come here twice and get 2 wins. So it's a great feeling. I'm so proud of my teammates. And, we're just going to try to keep winning football games.
It was a rough second half. You guys had to have that big drive to get the game winner. Talk about that drive.
Yeah, we knew that was an important drive. Florida State did a great job of trying to get momentum back. And, guys stayed focused, stayed strong, and hung in there, and we persevered and got the job done.
What was the play to Dallas Baker?
Well, yeah, Florida State came with pressure. They came out with an all-out blitz, and I knew I had to stay in there. Dallas did a great job getting off the DB's block. And O-line gave me time to throw. I threw it up there. He made a great play.
Congratulations, Chris.
Thanks, Steve.
Bobby, with about 3 minutes to go, there was a 4th and 1 play on your own end. You elected to go for it, and Warren just couldn't make the catch. Talk about whether that was a tough decision to go for it there and what the play call was.
It wasn't tough with me. We had the same situation, I think, against Wake Forest. Punted, and they ran the clock out. So didn't want to take a chance on that. Might as well go for it there.
Yeah. Can you talk about the decision to stick with Weatherford? He led the team to 2 touchdown drives throughout the second half, had 3 interceptions mixed in there.
Well, he was doing better. He was doing better. I just thought he was doing better. Play with a guy that's doing best.
Seemed like there was better pass protection in the second half. You were able to move the ball a little bit more. Was there some strategic change, or can you explain that?
I thought we fought the second half. I didn't think we fought very good the first half. It was a game where they got, your number one goal on defense is don't allow a long score. And they got 2 the first half. I think that third one was a long one, wasn't it? All their touchdowns were long ones. And they got 3, we got 2.
Bobby, as this regular season finishes up, you lose 6 times. 5 of those games were by a touchdown or less. So on the one hand, there's still losses. On the other hand, your team was right there, and this could have been a very different regular season.
Yeah, if you could have been a little bit better, you might could have reversed that, but you wasn't. And I'm looking forward to next year. I'm kind of disappointed this year.
Just a final thought for you on the seniors. I know they still have a bowl game to come, but this is a class that has Lorenzo Booker, Chris Davis, Buster Davis in it.
Yeah, and they'll fight, and we got one more game. Give them a week off and get through with final exams, start practice again.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Coach Meyer, congratulations. What a great win here. Give me your feelings right now after that win.
To take away that third quarter, I think we played pretty good. Our offensive line got handled in that third quarter, and I thought Chris played very well. Managed the game, and him and Dallas made a play to win the game at the end. And it seems like all our games this way are that way, but hey, 11-1, man, and I believe 6-0 against our rivals. I'm really proud of our guys.
Coach, that drive for the winning score, that was a nice drive there. Chris Lee did a great job and hooking up with Dallas Baker.
Well, we kind of abandoned the run. We felt like we weren't getting back to the line of scrimmage, and we wanted to maneuver the clock and be balanced, but we just basically said Chris and the receivers go win the game.
Overall, your defensive play pretty well today?
Yeah, I think they gave in a little bit. Third quarter is a bad quarter. But that was, offense was, we weren't playing Florida football. Florida football is move the ball, let the defense play at the far end, and we didn't do that in the third quarter.
What else about this win makes you happy as far as the way your team played? What did you see out there?
Well, Percy Harvin's dynamic. Not having him in the lineup in the second half, that hurt us. And from what I understand, he'll be back. But I thought there was a lot of positives taken from this. Obviously, 11-1.
Coach, momentum going into Atlanta?
Oh, yeah. We just got to get everybody healthy, make sure Earl and Saller are healthy to go. And this is what everybody wanted.
Well, you've been to all the venues now in the SEC. Now, Count Tallahassee. What about the venue here?
Oh, it's a great one. This is I remember watching this game for many years on TV at home, and this is Coach Bowden's done it right. This is a real place.
Good place to get a win.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Take
Coach.
Care.
Bobby Bowden is ready for his post-game comments. We'll take it live here on Sun Sports.
We hadn't shown any kind of spark offensively, and defense played good. I think every touchdown they had was long, wasn't it? How long was their last touchdown pass? 30 yards, 35, 20, 24. The rest of them are what, 50-yard run, 60-yard pass, something like that. Defense played pretty good, except they got those 3 doggone plays. Offense played better second half. We outscored them the second half, had opportunities to tie it up, get another one. and couldn't quite execute good enough. Yet nearly had a touchdown kickoff return. Did some things we hadn't done all year. Very disappointing year. I think we'd get a unanimous vote out of that.
Bobby, what was the decision to stick with Drew on the 3 interceptions in the third quarter?
In the third quarter, 3 interceptions in the third quarter. Well, he was getting something done before that. Thought he was best in there at that time.
Does a year like this make you wonder how much you've got left in the tank?
Makes me wonder how much I got left in the tank. No, it doesn't. It probably should. I probably ought to check it, but I don't.
If you're offered a ball, do you plan to accept?
I imagine so, yeah.
Don't you had a 4th and 1 call on the board? You elected to pass to Brandon Warren that didn't work. What was the thinking on throwing?
Oh, we had a dadgum good pass called, and we couldn't get it. Our wing guy was supposed to go in motion, and I think Drew was scared to run out of time and didn't get it done, and didn't make it. We thought they'd be playing the run 100%, and we get a little maybe get a big play out of it.
Have you ever seen a season where a team has had this much trouble snapping the ball in the shotgun?
No. I mean, we rolled back there today, a bunch of them. No, I don't know. We've really had our share. We practice it all the time. So, hey, fits the year. The year's been that way.
It also looked like on that last drive, Drew was having trouble getting the play off. You had the delay of game penalty, and then two others were down to like 2 seconds.
I don't know. It seemed like the clock was going fast. I mean, faster than we were used to. You know, we kept asking ourselves, how did that clock get down like it is? That's that new rule they got, you know, that penalizes you in that situation.
Two more instant replays kind of went against you.
Huh?
2 more instant replays went against you.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't won one of those. They can drop that rule if they want to. I hadn't won one of them yet. Really, you know, we might could have won a couple of games without that.
Bobby, didn't this game just come down to their ability of 14-all to produce a touchdown, and after that you had 2 shots at it offensively and couldn't get one back? Yeah, very much. They got 3. I told them if it had been a baseball game, they'd have won 3-2. That's about the one it was. 3 touchdowns they got. We had 2, and then had a couple of shots down there and didn't get it. Missed the field goal early.
What was the difference in the second half of that third quarter? Why were you?
Second half, I think the kids got riled up more. We just wasn't riled up early, you know. First half, they got riled up the second half. I thought played better, you know, blocked better, ran better, caught better. First half wasn't catching the ball, and bouncing the ball to the receivers, and not protecting our passer good enough. Run blocking not very good.
What did you tell the kids after? I mean, when you're down like that and you're not playing well in the first half, this late in the season, they could have.
All you can do, yeah. All you can do is challenge them.
Well, I mean, after the game, because they didn't.
Oh, after the game?
They didn't quit, and they came.
Oh
back.
no, they came back. We won the second half. It don't help, but I mean, we did play better the second half, you know, and better than they did. And so what was your question?
Well, I mean, what did I tell them
after? After the game?
Yeah.
I forgot. It wasn't. I mean, what can I tell them? They want to congratulate him, you know.
Bobby, how good is Florida?
Florida, I think they're doggone good. I think they look darn maybe second to that 96 team they had. That's where they look to me out there today. So much skill running around there. Are you going to be able to contain them all day long? You know, if they didn't have a good quarterback that could get them the ball, you know, you can handle it. The quarterback can do are
they national title good?
Are they?
That's the argument with them. They have to beat you guys by a prohibitive margin to.
Well, to me, they belong up there, you know. But Southern Cal belongs there too. And who else is up there? Who's up there? Yeah, Michigan, Notre Dame. All of those probably belong up there. But it wouldn't surprise me that it sorts itself out after tonight.
What's it gonna? There was so much promise regarding Drew coming into the season after the way he finished as a freshman. How would you assess his ups and downs?
I don't know. I think quite a few people told me and felt like he leveled off, and that could be, you know. But the thing you have to remember about leveling off, you don't stay leveled. The learning process curve goes up, then it levels, and it goes up again, you know. So during spring training, he and Xavier both ought to take that thing to the next level with a good spring training behind them.
You're talking about that conversation of the teams that belong up in the national title talk. What does Florida State have to do between now and August to be back in
get back up there? Well, you know, I'm changing offensive coordinators. You know that. You know that. And so that's where it'll start. I will go out and get the best offensive coordinator that there is. That's what I'll do. You know, and then we'll rebuild that part of it, and then. And try to recruit and get back up there.
In your mind, Coach, is it just one hire or more than one hire?
I'm not going to tell you. Can't answer that. Can't answer.
Bobby, have you spoken to Jeff yet about coaching? You said you'd like him to stay on. Jeff is.
Well, I hope he can stay on for the darn bowl.
You haven't discussed it with him yet?
Yeah, he said he will. I've got to be sure. I got to check with everybody's administration and be sure it's okay. Huh?
Dave said it's okay with him.
Well, as long as it's okay with him. You know,
and he will if Dave said it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want him to. I mean, I don't have to change anything as far as organization is concerned, you know.
How do you go about finding a new offensive coordinator, Bobby? Does that have to be somebody you're familiar with?
Well, I know if I had my choice, I'd choose right now. I wish this guy would come, you know. But it could be that the guy that my number one choice can't come or doesn't want to come, or then I'd go to the others. There are plenty of them out there. You can't believe the people that call me. But that's true everywhere. I'm talking about former head coaches.
Is it possible somebody you're not that familiar with right now could emerge?
That somebody that I'm not familiar with?
Yeah.
Yes, that could happen. That could happen, but no, it could happen.
Do you expect a major philosophical shift on offense or just a name change?
Oh, I expect somebody to come in with a philosophy that I could live with.
Do you expect Drew and Xavier to start out in March equal?
Drew and Xavier start out when?
Equal in March.
In March?
spring?
I would think so, pretty much so, like it is right now.
Would you hire the offensive coordinator, even though he wouldn't coach the bowl game? Would you hire the offensive coordinator before the bowl game? Not at all.
I wish I could get a commitment for them. I'd get that.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a silent job, you know. But you know, the ones I would be interested in probably involved in bowls too, and I won't fool with them.
Bobby, do you feel drained after this season more than others?
Oh, this is, you know, when we were in that winning streak we were in, I didn't think I'd ever lose again. I said, man, this is easy, you know, and it was miserable this year. It was miserable, you know. I didn't think it could happen. But it makes you want to, you know, makes you challenge you to do better, get back up there.
Does this compare at all to 74 in West Virginia?
74 in West Virginia, not as quite. We were 4-7 that year, I believe, and now here they didn't use the rope. All they had to do was put that rope out there and been the same thing. However, I might have taken it. I might have tied the knot.
When this program took off in the 80s, you broke a 6-game losing streak to Florida and then kind of turned that around. Now they've got you 3 times in a row. I mean, how difficult is it right now in the state?
Well, this thing has gone that way. So, I mean, I came here, we won 4 in a row, I think. Then they won about 5 or 6 in a row. Then we came back and won a bunch in a row. It's kind of gone that way, you know. And they beat us 3 in a row now. And so anyway, we've got to get that turned around too, you know.
How ready do you think the kids are to go play in maybe a lower tier bowl and not finish with a losing record?
Well, I think they'll, you know, the one thing the kids have done is practiced hard and fought all year. They've done everything we've asked them. I hadn't been out on that field this year where they came out there moping, you know, oh, we ain't got nothing, we ain't nobody, and why do we have to come out? They've never done that. They've never done that, you know. And I expect them, after we get a week off or week and a half, whatever it takes, to start back up. They'll be ready to go again. You know, they have been that way.
You've been to New Orleans and Miami just untold number of times. It looks like you're going to go to a different place and have a chance for a winning season. Does that do anything for you at this point in terms of?
Well, you know, at least it'll be a different thing. We haven't been out west since the Fiesta Bowl, I don't guess. You know, it's been a long time ago. And so that will be a new experience, and I think our boys will enjoy it. You know, and I think our boys will enjoy it because most of them probably never been out there.
What's the biggest need on this team right now for next year?
Well, biggest need, just, you know, when something like that, you know, this year, a big one would have been stayed healthy. I wonder how good we'd have been if we stayed healthy. I don't know, you know. But if Griffin hadn't got hurt, and Hulis hadn't got hurt, and Nicholson hadn't got hurt, and so-and-so hadn't got hurt, how good could we have been? We'd have a lot better depth on defense, and maybe made some more plays that could have set up touchdowns, and then. But you're usually talking to a couple of players, a great running back, a great receiver, a great guard, a great defensive tackle, you know, a great corner. One guy can make so much difference. And I'd say a couple.
In terms of one guy's, you talked about Reggie Nelson the other day.
Boy, Reggie's got
talk about the difference he was.
We tried to recruit Reggie. Tried to recruit him and old Joe Cohen. Cohen committed to us and changed his mind. But Reggie was nice to us. Then he went out to the junior college. We tried to recruit him again, and he was very nice again. Had one of the politest no's I ever got. But he was a horse, and we knew he was a horse. And boy, you know where he's playing, I guarantee you. You can hear him play.
How big of a difference was he in the game today with the interception and then the fourth down pass breakup?
Yeah, it's big. He's good. He's good. He makes a difference. I watched the games we watched him in all year. Same thing. He made a difference in the games.
How impressed were you with Myron Roll's freshman season?
Who?
Myron Roll.
Myron Roll. Myron played a good year for freshman. Number one, you never thought he'd play that much, but he ended up starting, you know, and played well.
Coach, having coached as long as you have, what are the guidelines that you need during the offseason to feel like you're invigorated and ready to come back?
For myself?
Yeah.
Well, once I get a staff intact, get the staff in place, you know, then I can kind of get things going again, you know. Got to do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Greg. McDaniels in here, Bud Thacker.
And our postgame continues from Tallahassee. Urban Meyer with his comments after a Florida win moments ago.
Great thing about 11-1 is a chance to go 12-1 and get back to Atlanta. You know, I made a comment in our locker room. Billy Donovan came and spoke to the team exactly 100 days ago. And his whole theme was can you commit yourself to doing something as a team for 107 days? Because 107 days from today, that was 100 days ago, is the SEC championship. And we just talked about that as a team, and it's here. It's here. We're going to go play for a reign in Atlanta. We beat our rivals in a great game. I thought, give credit where credit's due. That was a team that was battling their hearts out with some terrific football players. Terrific players. So it's a great win for Florida football, 11-1. And heading into Atlanta and play a very talented Arkansas team, so ready to go.
Talk about Reggie Nelson.
Reggie Nelson is up for the Thorpe Award, and I was with the Thorpe Award winner one time at Colorado State, a guy named Greg Myers, and Reggie Nelson is the best defensive back I've seen, and I've seen some pretty good ones, so nothing against the other two finally, I don't know who they are, but Reggie Nelson is the best defensive back I've seen.
How many times do you reckon he saved you today?
What's that?
How many times did he save you today?
Yeah, he's not today. I think, we 11-1. He saved us 11 times, I think. He's an excellent player.
You pretty sure Percy will be okay?
They are waiting the results. Dr. P, well, he went numb. He actually told me on the field he thought he was fine. And our guys do the best. Dr. P's the best. Doc McDonald and Anthony Pass, everybody there. We have the best staff. And he was numb, and even Percy was acting like he was okay.
Numb in his legs?
No, numb right here, just numb. Like a stinger. You get a stinger. They said he should be fine, but they're waiting on the MRI. Yeah, he just told me a second ago he should be fine.
As long as the tests are okay.
Right, and play next week.
Do you
We kind of need him. In case you didn't notice that, we kind of need Percy Harvin.
It scared you a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, anytime. That's the worst part of college football, is the injuries, especially to the guys that are so committed, and Percy's a terrific young man.
You talk about how this game was like so many other games you've had this year. It's almost like deja vu.
Yeah, this gray hair is right here. Next year, about October, I'll be bald, and yeah, that's. But I mean, you went into Tallahassee, a place where they didn't lose very much in the past, and played a very talented team, and that crowd got behind them. And you know, our offensive line. If I had to say what the most disappointing thing is, our offensive line got handled today. Their defensive line handled us a little bit. We couldn't get the running game going at all, and we made a decision for that one drive, just run it, throw it every down, and. Chris Leak did a heck of a job managing the offense.
Deshaun okay?
Deshaun told himself he had a shoulder injury. The same shoulder's been bothering him most of the year. So we got some issues at certain positions. And, you know, the tailback position, I thought Keiston Moore came in and ran hard. You take Deshaun Winnan and Percy Harvin out of that, the run game gets, you know, watered down real fast.
Urban, you mentioned the drive. I mean, in fact, you got no running game. You got 75 yards to go. They're not going to throw the ball every single down. Chris Leak once again steps up, takes it down. 3rd and 9, makes a throw. How good is that?
That was real good. And I'll tell you, I love Chris Leak. You know, there's to hear criticism and those type of things. You know what? Criticism's just too if he doesn't win a championship. Let's go win number 12 and go get the championship. But I thought he did a great job managing against Tennessee in the second half. Obviously, South Carolina the final drive, and this drive at Tallahassee.
2 years in a row, beat Georgia, Tennessee, FSU. Comment on that. First time in school history.
You know, our administration's really done a nice job. We're going to build a facility, and it's going to be part of it's going to be a weight room, but we're going to really do a good job making sure that recruits, former players, and fans get to see. We're going to have walls put up just for these great rivalries. We're the only school in the country that has this. There's no other school that has 3 rivals like this. Not the same passion, same intensity, and not to have a plasma TV and show the great games, and so the former players can come back and bring their children and watch those great games. That's what makes this job better than any other job in America. 3 rival games like this.
How much did your game
No, I did not. I didn't have a gray hair until now.
Urban, so many close games this year. What is it about this team? We've been around a lot of football teams. What is it about this team that seems to find a way to win games like that?
Well, I made a comment that some of these teams that are 11-1, and I'm sure if you did a study on them, I haven't, but I kind of follow college football. We're one of the few teams that have 34 first-year players on our team, 34 guys with 4 years of eligibility and 21 seniors. So the imbalance is tremendous. So the combination of both of them is why we're winning, but the real reason, those 21 seniors have made a decision we're going to find a way to win the game. And I'll be honest, the 3rd quarter was terrible. On the sideline, there was no emotion, no juice. The coaches were the guys trying to provide it. If coaches have to provide the energy and juice on a sideline, you got a problem. 4th quarter, though, we had no issue.
Coach, all this talk about BCS, whether you belong or don't belong in the title game, do you think maybe people have lost sight of that this has been a great season?
I don't know what people are talking about. The guys in that room and the guys that really matter know the 90 football players or 80 that came with us, 9 coaches and trainers, weight coaches. No, I don't. To answer your question, no, I don't. You know, 11-1 and to win on the road at Tallahassee and 6-0 against your rivals last 2 years, win at home undefeated for 2 years. No, I don't really. No, we're all set, ready to go.
How much of your game plan changed when Percy got hurt?
A lot. Well, a lot. And then when Deshaun went, we had some speed. You saw we put in Brandon James for a second, and you know, the one thing we want to be is the fastest team in college football. Why? Well, it's easy. Watch Percy make 2 guys miss and outrun the entire secondary of FSU. So, yeah, it changed quite a bit. That put us in reverse for a minute.
You and Chris Justin kick a field goal in a big time situation, and don't forget about all these misses.
Yeah, you know, we just got to keep going. It's open again. It's open every week. We open it up every week for battle, and as long as he's hitting the ball and he doesn't get beat out, Chris can be a kicker. I think Chris is going to win a game for us. I told him that. He came jogging off, and I said, they're going to come back and win the game in the 4th quarter, so keep your head up and get going. And he's hitting the ball. He's just barely missing them, but he is missing them. So it's open again. We're going to open up again.
Just in your opinion, I mean, there's so much talk on the ESPN and everything about the style points every week. And you guys obviously have the non-style team, but do you think you make your statement anyway? Do you need the style points?
Oh, here's our style. Let's see. You got at Tennessee, you got Kentucky, who's 7-4. You got Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and Auburn, and at Tallahassee. So much for style. You know, you want to put that one against anybody in the country, let's go ahead and go. And And I got to worry about getting our team ready. You know what? I got to worry about making sure our offensive line gets a little better next week. But style points that's what's wrong. If that's what's making decisions, then I'm going to stand by my comment a week ago. Implode it. It's over. If that's what's making the decision, style points, which I imagine that's what it is, got a problem. It's called winning and losing and playing a difficult schedule. What's that?
The lack of emotion, what you feel went wrong with the defense in the third quarter?
No, I think the defense was put in a very bad situation. They're at midfield twice and at the 40-yard line once. And the whole third quarter we were on a field like this, and we like to obviously in the plan to win and what we try to get done. That's not it. And our offense wasn't holding up right in the bargain. You know, I think a big part of the problem too is we intercept that ball going in. It was a great play, but we got to kneel on it and get out to the 20-yard line. That put us in a difficult situation against a D-line that had their way with us in the third quarter.
What about Andre's fumble back to the third quarter field position? Was that kind of the beginning of the dominance to get to that point?
We were in a funk, and I can't explain that. And Bubba Caldwell played next to the game. He was just not right on that play. And obviously he had a big play early in the game for a touchdown. We wanted to put the ball in our playmakers' hands, and obviously Bubba was one of them. When Percy Harvin was out and Deshaun Wynn was out, we had a little problem.
Urban, to follow up what you said, I mean, have you ever been around a team or on a team that played this kind of schedule and went 11-1 against this kind of schedule?
No. My first year at Utah, we went 10-2, and it was at Utah we played Cal, Oregon, Texas A&M, and at Air Force, at Colorado State, at BYU, and they're saying that's the most difficult schedule in Utah history. So that was similar. We found that year we had like 8 of them come down in the last series of the game and won. Very similar. And then the two common denominators, terrific group of seniors. And that's how you win close games, a group of seniors that can get it done like that, because they did. Chris Leak did. Like I said, that last drive, we said we're throwing it every down. Huddle them up, so we're throwing it every down, protect the quarterback, manage the game, and he did.
Well, I mean, to follow up on that, you know, what Mike said is that a lot of people who vote in these polls don't understand why this was a tough game today. State the case. Why was this a tough game today?
Let's just check the recruiting, check the players, check the guys going to play in the NFL, and I think people understand it's a tough game. If they don't, then they must be in a different part of the country, or God bless them, because it was a tough game.
Urban, your fans were able to procure a few more tickets than normal for this game in Tallahassee. Did you feel that? Did you feel a little bit more of a fan presence in a normal road game?
Our fans have been great everywhere we've been, though. That was loud, though, for a minute. Third quarter, it was a definite home field advantage for FSU, but our crowd was terrific tonight.
Getting back to the third quarter, the loss of energy you're talking about, you got worried over there. I looked over and saw the team was really quite worried, knelt down and prayed about Percy's injury. How much did you worry about that taking something out of them at that point?
Well, I tried to. I think any time one of your teammates gets hurt like that, that zaps your energy. And I tried to get around, and I made sure before, because I don't want to tell them something that's not true. And the doctor, I said, now listen to me, I'm going to go around and get these, because you're darn right. They love Percy Harvin. That kind of took a little steam out of our sails. And I was trying to get around to everybody saying he's going to be fine, he's going to be fine. But I had to make sure it was going to be fine. And that certainly did zap us a little bit.
After you saw final questions before the Florida players are available.
After you saw Percy go down and then you saw Reggie Nelson make that interception, he's laying there on the field. What were you thinking then?
Well, within about a 2-minute period, Reggie Nelson went down, Deshaun Wynn went down, and Percy Harvin went down. And that was the start of the second half. And that all attributed to the meltdown, I think. And that was a bad third quarter. Fourth quarter, it felt like the wind was at our back. It's funny how that you just feel like the game changes when you get that wind at your back. There wasn't a whole lot of wind, but and that's when we decided to throw the ball a little bit. We didn't start out on just horrible field position like we did in the third quarter. We had a bad kick return, too. I want to say we started at the 8-yard line one time, and just awful. Third quarter was a bad deal for us.
Final question?
Next week against Arkansas, is it possible to stop McFadden and Felix Jones?
I haven't really watched them. I know our defense has watched a little bit of them. I think McFadden, I don't know if he's a Heisman candidate. I haven't really followed that, but he's as good a tailback as I've seen, and the guy behind him is tremendous as well. So I want to say they ran for 300 yards. The quarterback was 3-19, and they won. I mean, that tells you what kind of rushing game they have, and I'm sure their offensive line's pretty good as well. Great challenge for us.
Thanks, John.
Wow, 11-1, and you walk out of here with another victory, and you're on your way to the SEC championship game. Tell me the emotions in the locker room after this game.
Yeah, everybody real excited. They're happy to finish the season 11-1 and be able to have a chance at the SEC championship, which ain't happened in a long time. So a lot of people very emotional and very happy, and we just happy for the seniors to go out, let them go out this way.
Tell me what you and the rest of the team were thinking when you saw Percy being carried off on a backboard.
We're devastated. We're just hoping he'll be able to get up or come back soon, because we know he's a big part of our offense, and we just need him, and we just love him as a person also.
And for the Gator Nation, Percy did run out of the tunnel at the end of the game, and he appears to be okay. We'll see how he progresses throughout the week. That touchdown you scored, a little swing out to you, 66-yard run right down the sidelines. Did you feel at that point that this offense was starting to open up?
Yeah, I knew it would open up, but I did the easy part. I just went out there and ran. They did some great blocking for me. And once I seen the opening, I just went, and I knew nobody was going to catch it from behind.
You guys went to the locker room with a 14-0 lead, but the second half of the offense a bit stagnant. Can you give me your reasoning behind that?
Yeah, we just hurt ourselves with penalties and turnovers. We knew they was going to come out there and play some great defense and step up to the challenge, and they did that, so I took my hat off to them. But we just worked too hard to let it go and lose this game.
And finally, SEC Championship Week is here. How focused is this team?
This is our main focus coming to the season, so we're going to be 110% prepared and focused and ready to go and try to do the same thing in Arkansas.
All right, good luck next week. All right, Andre Bubba Caldwell from Tampa. Guys, let's go back to you. Brandon, this could have been a trap game. Florida State, this was their season, knocking you guys out of the national championship picture, but you guys stepped up to the challenge and met it.
Yeah, we did. I'm real proud of our team because when it comes down to close times, you got to be a team. You got to be together to win those kind of games, and that's what we did.
It's been a bend but not break defense again happening out there today. They tied the game, but you guys were able to keep them out of the end zone for that go-ahead score.
Yeah, I think it showed character. We had a little bad field position problem in the second half, but we fought through it and we stayed strong. We got turnovers and we came through when we needed to.
We've talked about this all season, stopping the run. Coach Madison, Coach Strong have talked about that, and you were able to keep the Seminoles under 50 yards on the ground.
Yeah, that's always the emphasis for us to stop the run. That's our first emphasis. So we did that today, and like I said, I'm proud of my defense.
You're one of the first, well, this group is one of only rare groups in the last 20 years that can walk out of Doak Campbell Stadium saying that we've won here twice. How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels good. Actually, I've never lost to a Seminole, so that feels real good.
All right, finally, championship week is here. How focused and ready do you think this team is right now?
We're going to be real focused and ready. When we set out at the beginning of the season, our emphasis and everything that we did was about winning the SEC championship. And we got it right out in front of us, and it's 7 days away, so we're going to be prepared for that thing.
All right, Brandon Seiler, one of the leaders in the locker room. He'll make sure his guys are ready this week. Guys, let's go back to you. Dallas Baker with that game-winning catch in the second half. Dallas, when the game was tied at 14, you guys came out with your next possession after Florida State had tied the game. Was there any concern in the huddle about what we have to score now? Was there any sense of panic?
Not really, and I just want to give thanks to my teammates for that. In the huddle, the offensive line, quarterback, running backs, the rest of the series, we all just were relaxed. I mean, we've been there before, Tennessee game, Alabama game, where somebody just needed to make a play, where we were down or we were winning, and really that's what we tried to do, just make a play and really give our team a victory.
Tremendous catch. Can you talk about that touchdown pass that you caught in the corner of the end zone? It seemed like you had the defensive back just shaking in his own shoes, totally confused.
Well, on the sideline right before that, coach was like, I need a senior to step up and make a play. And in the huddle right before he called it, Chris was like, hey, I'm going to throw it up, and you know you just need to make a play. I was like, I got you, and that's what ended up happening.
You leave here as one of the rare few that have played at the University of Florida that have won 2 straight games at Doak Campbell. Your uncle, the great Wes Chandler, didn't even do that. Tell me what you're thinking about that.
It means a lot to come in here and to get a victory because, like, I mean, teams really don't come in here and get victories over Florida State. So really, I mean, it just means a lot to us and the Gator Nation to come in here and get a victory.
All right, congratulations. Hope you have a great week of practice. And Chris, I'll ask you the same question I just asked Dallas, and that is that you get to leave here. I think the last quarterback that has won 2 straight at Doak Campbell was some 20 years ago. How much does that accomplishment fill you with pride?
It's a great feeling. I mean, it's an honor just to be a part of this rivalry and in tradition of Florida State football. It's a great feeling to have. I'm just so proud of these seniors. These guys just staying strong, hanging on, and making plays when we need to make them.
Dallas said that game-winning drive, what turned out to be the game-winning drive after Florida State had tied the game. that the huddle was very calm, very relaxed, and very focused.
Yeah, that's how we want to be. Maintain composure at all times, and just go out there and it's business as usual. Just execute the plays and just make the plays when they're there to be made.
Can you talk to me about that drive? First, your performance. You were 7 for 8 on that drive. The first 5 possessions in the second half, you guys were not able to score, but 7 for 8 in that drive, 78 yards, I do believe, and then leading up to that touchdown. Walk me through that.
Well, just to start, from the pre when we were on the sideline, and just talking to Coach up in the press box, and Coach Meyer, Coach Mullen, I told him just let it go, just let's spread it out and let's go pick these guys apart. And guys did a great job. Offensive line gave me time to set my feet and throw, and wide receivers found the open zones. And when you have all that working with each other, you have a great chance to be successful. And Florida State, obviously a great defense, gave us a lot of different looks, and offensive line did a great job picking up different protections.
Quickly, you guys are still in the national championship conversation. You're going to be watching tonight's game between USC and Notre Dame, and if so, who are you rooting for?
Whoever can put us in the national title game, I guess, because that's an honor to be able to play for the biggest game in college football. And we're still gonna worry about what we can control, and that's trying to win the SEC title game. And for us to be successful, we're going to have to play our best football.
Congratulations, Chris Leak, the senior from Charlotte Independence High School. He's going to have 2 more games left to play, but he'll remember this one. Guys, let's go back to you.
Greg, what was the difference, first of all, offensively from the first half to the second half? First half, you guys couldn't get out of your own way, it seemed. The second half, you were able to drive the ball and get a couple touchdowns on the board.
I would say most. Coach told us first half, halftime coming in, it was more effort than anything. We had good stuff going. Just guys seemed like they wasn't giving the effort like we needed to give. So, team felt like they were giving good effort, but Coach also knew that we could give a lot better. So we just came out the second half, and Coach told us just give everything we got, and that's what we tried to come out and do. And it showed. Just give everything we got, and that's what we tried to come out and do. And it showed.
Start of the fourth quarter, back-to-back plays. First you go high and you pick up a first down. Next play they call your number for the touchdown. Just talk about those 2 plays.
Coach it's just Coach telling me big-time players make big-time plays. And right there, that was a third down conversion where my team needed it, and I just tried to be there for my team because I had let them down earlier in the game. So just trying to go out there and make a play there in the touchdown pass. I figured if they're going to come to me again, I got to make the play, just being ready and just making the play for my team because I let them down in the first half.
For this team to be 6-6 right now at the end of the regular season, how tough is that for you and your teammates to swallow?
It's real tough, but we know that we're also a young team. Because you look at it, it's like pretty much it's not many people coming back next year. We got a lot coming back next year. So we know that we're young and we just have to take the bumps and bruises as they come. But we know that we continue to work hard. Sky's the limit for us because we're a young team.
All right, Greg. Thank you after a tough loss.
Thank you.
Myron, good offense for the University of Florida. They hit a couple of big ones on you, 3 in fact, overall. But talk about the defensive effort today. You made some plays in the second half there to give the offense a chance.
Yeah, we sure did. A lot of guys stepped up and made some big plays for us in the second half. I think the type of offense that Florida has, it's kind of difficult to get used to them early. It takes a little while to get settled and understand what they're doing and the type of things they want to exploit. But after, made some coaching adjustments, made some player adjustments, and, we sort of got used to what they were doing. And that's why you saw in the second half we were able to shut them down pretty much, and except for that big play. But we played a lot better once we got used to the type of things that they were trying to execute on offense.
You guys did a good job on Tebow. You even stopped him on a 3rd and 4th and short there. Was there a different defensive package in those situations, or was it just a matter of anticipating a run because that's been the MO on him this year?
I think you hit it. We knew when he comes in the game, he's probably likely to run the ball. There was no different package. We knew that when he came in the game, and he had a certain set in there that, he's more likely going to run. And, basically just playing your gaps and attacking him, but also staying somewhat disciplined because he could step back and throw the ball as well. But I think we did a pretty good job wrapping him up today.
The defense this year with all the injuries, if there was one thing you could change about it, would it be to create more turnovers as a defensive unit this year?
I think so. I think anytime we create a turnover, it gets the crowd into it, lifts the momentum of our team, and it gives our offense great field position. And sometimes we can score off of turnovers like we did in Duke and Virginia and Western Michigan. So, if one thing we could change, definitely would get more turnovers, create more turnovers, force the fumbles, get some interceptions, get some big plays. I think that's where our team lacks a little bit right now, but I feel we have the potential to do it, and I think it will be done in the future.
All right, Myron. Well, congratulations on starting on your freshman year, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Buster Davis is right here. If I can get Buster to come in real quick. Buster, you finish up your senior year, and obviously this is disappointing to end this way. Can you just talk about, I guess, kind of reflect back on the fact that your career, except the exception being the bowl game, is over as a Seminole?
Yeah. I enjoyed myself. I really did. And, we came out with a loss, but, I'm proud of everybody who played today. They did a great job, and, we just got kind of confused first half, but we came out second half, made adjustments, and you saw what happened. So hopefully this can be a indicator of what can happen in the future.
Your impressions of Chris Leak in that Florida offense?
He didn't do anything to hurt them. They didn't do anything to so he had to make a choice. I mean, he really kind of just went backside to work the #1 receiver all day and had some luck at doing it. So.
And finally, for those that weren't aware of your decision to wear the number 50, talk a little bit about that and why you chose to do that today.
Well, I'm a big fan of Ron Simmons. He truly, shows and personifies how a great Seminole player is supposed to be, on and off the field. And I just pride myself to try to play like him and to be that, like I said, that guy off the field also. And I'm happy. And like I say, get ready for the bowl game and then move on.
All right, well, best of luck to you. We've enjoyed watching you play.
Thank you.
And we've enjoyed checking out your threads after the game, win or lose. It's another...
A little something different. Like Alan, I just want to give a shout out to Alan Damon, who does my tailoring.
Guy's not even at the next level yet, but he's already working it. Drew, I guess, first of all, any game you can always look back at one player, one throw here and there. But with, I think there was 3:07 on the clock on that fourth down play where you tried to hit Brandon about 15 or 20 yards downfield. Were you surprised at the decision to go for it there, and just talk about the play call?
No, I feel like at that point, it was the best decision for us to go for it. They had just drove, 80 yards and scored a touchdown, so their offense was clicking, and it was important for us to stay on the field as an offense. It was a play designed to try to get Joe Surratt in the flat or Brandon over the top, and Florida did a really good job of actually collisioning Joe out of the backfield so he couldn't get out. I kind of got flushed out of the pocket and had to make a decision whether I was going to try to run or throw it. And, I decided to throw it at Brandon, and unfortunately we didn't come up with a big play like we did all night.
Yeah. Can you talk about how difficult it's been for you and Xavier with this flip-flop situation going on? Not necessarily, I'm not sure, how many series you knew you were going to get or anything like that, or when you knew that you'd play the second half today.
Yeah, to be honest, there's no set rotation. It's something that, Coach just kind of goes off of a feel. He's, kind of can tell. He's with us so much and kind of can tell, how we're playing out there, if we're confident, if we're hesitant. And it's been something that neither of us have done, so we're obviously not experienced at, going in and out of a ball game. We've always played, whole game through. It's been something that we've had to adjust to, and I personally haven't done as good of a job at it as I would like to have.
For this team to be 6-6 right now at the end of the regular season, with 5 of those losses having been by a touchdown or less, I guess, how much more frustrating does that make it for you, or do you look at it and say, we're that close, we're still a young team?
I'm optimistic, to be honest. We have a bowl game, but our regular season is over. And, it shows that, we do have, all the ability that we need. And, we can get it done. We're just missing something, and we got to find what it is that we're missing. We couldn't find it this year, to be honest. And maybe it's the fact that we are a young team. Maybe we're just too inexperienced, and we'll see. We're going to, work as hard as we possibly can during the off season to, find that missing link and to, get it done next year.
All right. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Tom.
All right. Drew Weatherford, who talked to us through thick and thin this year, and we appreciate that as well.